We now continue with part 2. Last week, we took on toxic trolls doing troll things, insurance premiums going full rocket launch, chemical shortages, yes, again, and Uncle Sam cracking down on pool pros who aren't collecting and reporting sales tax. If you thought that episode was spicy, hang tight, because part 2 picks up with more madness, deeper dives, and no shortage of poolside chaos. Let's get back into it.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled water chemistry and pump talk with something a little darker. I wanted to give you a quick personal update. While most of you know me from the pool industry side of things, educator, podcast host, chemical myth buster, I've also been moonlighting in a very different world, psychological thrillers. My novel Blades of Glass, a gritty southern gothic crime story set in the haunted swamps of Louisville, Florida, is out in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook on Amazon. If you've ever wondered what the inside of my head looks like, well, this book is probably the best and probably the scariest place to start. Critics have called it a gripping descent into the shadows of a small town where trauma, obsession, and ritual bleed together. The reason I bring this up now, because I've just finished writing the sequel, and I'm currently querying literary agents who I hope will champion this next dark ride. So if you haven't read Blades of Glass, now's the perfect time to grab a copy. Binge it over the weekend, and then message me all your unhinged theories about what's really happening in Louisville. Just head over to Amazon, search Blades of Glass by Rudy Stankiewicz. It's available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook with a narrator who really nails the creep factor. And if you've already read it, please consider leaving a review. It truly helps. I'll keep you updated as the sequel progresses, but for now, back to cleaning pools, not crime scenes, because sometimes the water isn't the only thing hiding secrets.
Well, the baddest techs in the pool service scene, the pool service ass kickers who listen to the Talking Pools podcast, that's you. You a badass mofo.
Fucking Fridays with Rudy kicks off the weekend. It's Friday again, you fucking crushed it times 10. The Avengers of the Backyard Oasis, Captain Kirk of the Starship Pool Service. Must Popeye the Pool Tech, Talking Pools podcast. No pool stain is too tough. Adjusting flow rates were always enough. Like Wonder Woman adding Boritz, Mike Tyson knocking out filters. AOP, ozone, UV, leak detection, cool like Fonzie, give a thumbs up. Shock the pool, breakpoint, super chlorination, Godzilla. Know the chemical formulas making pools bright, balancing alkalinity like Chuck Norris wins the fight. Aluminum sulfate, cleaning salt cells, yo. Scrubbing tile lines, removing the grime. Brushing pool walls like Mad Max, pool ninja warrior, John Wick precision. I'm on a maintenance mission, Van Helsing by night with the towel cleansing vision. We don't splash and dash, we do what we must. The job gets done because I'm bound by trust. And the pool service pro's a badass machine, making waves in the game, if you know what I mean. King and queen of the green, clean like a talking pools. In the land of the free, they give all that they've got.
As a pool owner, servicer, or property manager, I'm sure you've experienced the frustration in dealing with a faulty pool heater. Pool water can be extremely harsh on traditional heat exchangers, shortening the lifespan and costing frequent repairs. That's why Raypak created an exclusive solution. NITEC, with 900% more nickel compared to cupronickel in critical surfaces to protect against scale formation and erosion. If you're looking for longevity, efficiency, and strength in your product, head over to raypak.com/NITEC. Again, raypak.com/NITEC. Nearly 70 incredible nominations. We're down to the final few. One extraordinary individual will be crowned Mentor of the Year, but don't expect a certificate or a boring plaque. No way. This year's winner will walk away with something that demands respect, not just in the pool industry, but from champions around the world. The custom championship belt that we're going to present, the one that I'm having custom made, is being manufactured by Wildcat Belts. Yes, that Wildcat Belts, the same elite belt maker used by WWE, AEW, UFC, and countless combat sports legends. This isn't a novelty item. It is a handcrafted heavyweight custom cast statement piece, built to last and designed to shine. The kind of belt you hoist over your shoulder, not because you talk the talk, but because you've walked the walk. This is more than an award. It is a legacy piece. Whoever earns this title isn't just being celebrated for their mentorship. They're being immortalized with the kind of craftsmanship normally reserved for world champions. And fittingly so. As far as the awards ceremony, stay tuned. I'll be announcing the date, the location, and festivities. There will be photos, there will be press, and yes, the belt reveal. It's gonna blow minds. I wanted to thank the editors, mentors, nominators, and supporters. Thank you for championing what this industry is really about, lifting each other up. And to Wildcat Belts, thank you for crafting more than metal. You're helping us build something that will echo for years to come. Legacy is not given, it's earned. And soon one mentor is going to wear that legacy around their waist. And how fucking cool is that going to be to see that person with that belt, right? Championship.
Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Hey Pool Pros! Tired of roasting under the sun and gear that doesn't hold up? Revved Up Apparel has your back with SPF protected apparel made for the Pool Pro. Want to stand out from the competition? Done! No minimum orders, no inventory stress. We handle the design, posting, printing, and fulfillment, so you can focus on the grind. Whether you're a single puller or managing a whole fleet, this is how you gear up smart and stay sharp. Check out RevvedUpApparel.com. Go for the Pool Pros.
The mobile WaterLink Spin Touch allows pool and spa professionals the ability to test water in the field. A patented WaterLink Spin reagent disc is used with the innovative photometer to measure 10 different tests in just 60 seconds. That's right, just 60 seconds, and you'll have results displayed simultaneously on the photometer's touchscreen. That's not all. You also have the ability to send the data through Bluetooth into a smartphone or a tablet device. The photometer can measure free chlorine, bromine, total chlorine, combined chlorine, pH, alkalinity, hardness, cyanuric acid, copper, iron, phosphate, borate, biguanide shock, and salt. The water analysis can be proactive since they are able to measure all of these important tests and recommend correct procedures to fix their water chemistry issues when using our WaterLink Solutions Pro software program. It allows pool and spa analysts the best way to achieve precise results. So simple, anyone can use it. This is the most advanced system for precise use of wet chemistry methods ever produced. Pool and spa analysts can achieve precision without time-consuming tests or cleanup procedures. This groundbreaking analysis system is so simple, no vials to fill, no prep time, no guessing. To learn more about this innovative lab, visit www.waterlinkspintouch.com. Again, www.waterlinkspintouch.com.
When Rudy first mentioned the Mentor of the Year award, I couldn't help but shout, "Yes!" We jumped on board as title sponsor without a second thought. This isn't just a trophy for the shelf. It's a true recognition for mentors who show up every day, pushing others to be better. Mentorship is like Rocky Balboa in professional development, raw, relentless, and built on grit. It's about leaning in when others walk away, celebrating the small wins, and helping someone believe in their potential. At Blu-ray XL, we stand beside pool pros, offering tools, knowledge, and belief to help them level up, not shortcuts.
This week in pool industry news, July 2025 edition. Let's be real. Staying current in the pool industry isn't just about checking boxes. It's about staying sharp, staying safe, and staying in business. This week, we're diving into the top stories published in July 2025 by the voices that keep our industry moving. And to the journalists, editors, and experts behind every byline, we see you. We thank you. We read every damn word. Big news for above ground pool professionals. The Pool and Hot Tub Alliance, in partnership with ICC, just dropped the revised 2025 PHTA ICC-4 standard. This is a full refresh. New rules for design, safety, testing, and installation of above ground and on ground residential pools. If you install them, sell them, or maintain them, this is your homework. It's about consistency, durability, and, let's be honest, keeping everyone out of court and out of the ER. Why it matters? This is not optional. These new standards will be used by inspectors, insurers, and lawyers. Read that full article in Pool Magazine. If you've ever questioned why that UV or AOP unit has a certification sticker on it, here's your answer. Aqua breaks down the NSF ANSI CAN 50, the third-party standard that decides whether secondary disinfection equipment is safe and reliable. It's not just a label, it's a peace of mind for the health department, your client, and your liability insurance. Why it matters? Certified systems are becoming required in more jurisdictions. Knowing this standard could save you thousands in rejected permits or replacement equipment. Full story in Aqua Magazine. This isn't just a headline, it's a heads up. Service Industry News reports that several new and revised PHTA ANSI standards have officially dropped. We're talking pool pumps, filters, heaters, anything with a serial number and a warranty. Whether you're speccing equipment or troubleshooting a failed install, these updates are now part of the rulebook. Why it matters? Local code enforcement may start using these updated standards immediately. If your repair isn't compliant, it could void the warranty or trigger a violation. Find that story in Service Industry News. Pool and Spa News, nothing new for July, but their last poolside session feature on backyard design dropped June 30th. If you're into aesthetics and outdoor living spaces, that's still a good one to skim while sipping something cold. Last release for Splash Magazine was I guess it was a little while ago. So, hey, Splash Magazine, we miss you. A heartfelt thanks to the writers, editors, designers, and behind-the-scenes researchers who make these magazines possible. You do more than report. You help shape the conversations that drive our industry forward. You give us tools to do our jobs better, protect customers, and protect ourselves. Whether it's a 2-page feature or a deep dive into new code, you are our lifeline to what's coming next. We see your deadlines, we appreciate your hustle, and we wouldn't want to run a pool route without you.
Revved Up Apparel is thrilled to announce our support for the inaugural Talking Pools Podcast Mentorship Award. This award highlights the crucial role mentorship plays in shaping the future of the pool industry. As Don, our co-founder, says, experienced leaders guiding the next generation strengthens our community. It drives excellence, safety, and innovation across the board. Join us in celebrating mentorship and its impact on the pool industry.
M3GAN has made her way into the pool industry. It started as a whisper: smart pool monitors, robotic vacuums, automatic scheduling. Now it's a full-on synthetic scream. Artificial intelligence and automation have officially entered the swimming pool industry, like M3GAN crushing a slumber party, dressed up to help, and one glitch away from replacing you entirely. In 2025, we are witnessing a rapid evolution in tech marketed not to you, the pool professional, but to your customers. And the pitch is bold. Why pay a human when an app can do the same thing? Faster, cleaner, and without sweat stains. Let's look at the facts. Smart monitors like Sutro, the legacy of Fin, that's pH, and IsoPools Eco are now regulars in pool stores and online carts. These devices live in the pool, test water continuously, and shoot treatment suggestions straight to the homeowner's phone. Some even sync with Amazon to auto-order chemicals before you even know there's a problem. They are essentially M3GAN in swim trunks, constantly watching, always learning, and dangerously good at pretending they don't need you. Now, pair that with robotic pool cleaners. No longer are they just Roombas with a drinking problem. The newest models from Dolphin, Polaris, and Apier use adaptive mapping, pressure sensors, and app-based scheduling. They don't just vacuum. They perform. They remember. They self-correct. It's unsettling how often pool pros walk into a yard only to realize they've been preempted by a shiny blue AI that doesn't need lunch breaks or liability insurance. And behind the scenes, AI is driving scheduling platforms, optimizing routes in milliseconds, and even generating customer communication. There are franchises running entire service divisions with minimal human intervention, using bots to answer calls, dispatch texts, reorder inventory, and send polished follow-up emails. A decade ago, this would have sounded like science fiction. Now, it's just Wednesday. Even chemical feeders are smart now. AI-driven dosing systems adjust chlorine, pH, and acid levels in real-time water data, weather forecasts, and usage predictions. They've gone from nice to have to being an expected feature in many high-end residential and commercial installs. So here's the gut punch. A growing number of startups and automation companies are marketing complete packages to homeowners that claim to eliminate the need for a pool technician altogether. They're not hiding it. Some literally advertise, "No more pool guy." That's you. That's us. And it's not that these systems are flawless. They are far from it. But perfection isn't what sells. Convenience does. Perceived control does. People are trading trust for touchscreens. But here's where it gets real. These systems don't troubleshoot blown out impellers. They don't know what to do when a trichlor feeder cracks during a heat wave. They don't jump fences when the lock's jammed or fix a leaky backwash valve 10 minutes before a kid's birthday party. They can simulate judgment. They can't replace experience. They can imitate your workflow, but they can't replicate your presence unless you let them. The real threat isn't AI. It's ignoring it. If you're not adapting to this tech, you risk becoming the analog relic in a digital backyard, the pool pro of the past, side-eyed by customers who expect Wi-Fi diagnostics and instant alerts. So what's the move? Learn it. Offer it. Fucking master it. Become the professional who knows how to integrate, calibrate, and maintain the very system designed to replace you. Become the tech whisperer. Become the human behind the machine. That way, when M3GAN shows up in your client's pool, she's asking you for advice, not the other way around.
Pool Magazine is the hottest new publication for the pool and spa industry, featuring up-to-the-minute news on what's happening in the pool world in a fresh new stylized format with our mobile-friendly app. Pool Magazine is the app for keeping your fingers on the pulse of the pool industry. You'll find featured news, editorials, podcasts, videos, and more on the Pool Magazine app. Download on Google Play and the App Store.
Jack's Magic Products is your industry leader in identifying, removing, and preventing stains. How? With a range of high-performance, eco-friendly products, keeping pools safe, clean, and ready to use all year round. The Jack's Magic 3-step program is a quick and effective way to remove stains and scaling. First, we identify the problem, then our top-quality products will remove the discoloration. Finally, our preventative solutions will keep your pool looking like new for much longer. Get helpful tips and check out our product catalog today at jacksmagic.com.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable, and these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with a pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleanings faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
That is amazing. I could actually go out and make money doing filter cleans if they were like this. If they were Aquastar filters out there, then I could be a filter cleaner girl.
We can do that. Make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Todd? Love it. There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Jules the Pool Girl. Again, Aquastar Pool Products, pipeline filters. Super easy, right?
Super easy.
Let's talk climate change, because why the fuck not? Climate change, no longer a talking point for pool professionals. It's become a daily operational reality, one that's eroding seasonal boundaries, overwhelming equipment, and turning what used to be an 8-month workload into a relentless 12-month grind. Let's begin with the data. According to NOAA and the National Centers for Environmental Information, 2023 and 2024 were two of the hottest years on record globally, and 2025 is already shaping up to continue the trend. In states like Texas, Arizona, and Florida, average summer months are now exceeding 100 degrees for weeks at a time, with so-called cool session daytime highs still hitting the mid-80s. These aren't just uncomfortable numbers. They directly impact pool water chemistry and system durability. Let's talk algae. Warm water acts like rocket fuel for biological growth, especially algae blooms. The EPA reports that cyanobacteria, or blue-green algae, or what our people call black algae, double their growth rate with every 10-degree Fahrenheit increase in water temperature. That means a pool hovering near 88 to 90 degrees becomes the perfect breeding ground for mustard algae, black algae, and all kinds of biofilm colonies. Algae used to be seasonal, not anymore. Professionals across Florida, California, and coastal Texas are reporting mustard algae outbreaks in January. It's the result of lingering warmth, pool circulation, and residual chemistry that isn't keeping up. And then there's the equipment. Most residential pumps and filters aren't built to withstand sustained heat. The standard operating range is between 40 and 95 degrees, but when outside temps spike past 100 and stay there, internal temperatures inside enclosures can push well beyond safe limits. What happens? Overheats, filter cracks, fried circuit boards, and then when you try to submit a warranty claim, manufacturers are pushing back, citing environmental stress and blaming operation outside recommended parameters. According to the 2025 State of the Pool Service report from Skimmer, nearly half of professionals say they've seen a noticeable rise in mid-season equipment failures caused by heat in the past year. More than a third say they've had at least one warranty claim denied on those grounds. But that's not all. Extended high temps also wreak havoc on chemical safety. Warm water means higher chlorine demand. Stabilizer levels creep upward as trichlor use increases. Enzymes break down faster, phosphate removers lose effectiveness, and evaporation throws off water balance, which leads to rising TDS and scaling risk. The result? More time on site, chemicals used, more callbacks, and more customer questions that don't have easy answers. The truth is there is no off-season anymore. And the weight of this doesn't fall on climate models, it falls on us. When a pool turns green in January, homeowners don't blame global warming, they blame the pool tech. When a pump fails mid-August in Phoenix, the heat wave doesn't get the angry phone call. You do. You're not just managing water chemistry anymore. We're managing environmental volatility, loopholes in manufacturer policies, and rising customer expectations. That means we have to evolve. We have to educate our clients about how climate is affecting their pool. We have to start recommending heat-resistant equipment. We need to be doing midwinter algae treatments and warm weather filtration assessments, even in months that used to be considered downtime. Climate change is the new silent partner on every service route. It doesn't show up on the schedule, but it affects every stop you make. And if we don't adapt to it now, we'll keep taking the blame for forces we can't control.
Mentorship is incredibly valuable to our team at Lamont. It helps us share the wisdom we've gained from over a century of providing water analysis solutions. It strengthens our community by guiding the next generation of pool and spa workers. We uphold high standards and innovate responsibly. Mentoring fosters growth, builds trust, and keeps our industry thriving. Congratulations to all the nominees for the Mentor of the Year award.
Unlicensed, undercutting, splash and dash techs. They're cheap, they're fast, and they're doing real damage. The growing wave of unlicensed undercutting pool techs, what many in the industry now call the splash and dash crowd, isn't just a nuisance. It's a direct threat to financial stability, credibility, and long-term sustainability of professional pool service as a trade. We're talking about individuals with little to no formal training, no business license, no liability insurance, no workers' comp, no continuing education, no certification, and in many cases, no clue to what the fuck they're actually doing. They hit the market with a used pickup truck, a leaf net, a 5-gallon bucket of tabs, and a price tag 30% lower than anyone with credentials, experience, or even a tax ID. And to the homeowner who doesn't know better, that sounds like a deal, but here's what's really happening. 6 months into it, the pool's trashed. The plaster's etched from unchecked pH. The heater's clogged with scale from untreated calcium. The chlorine feeder's backflowed into the pump, and $75 a month deal just turned into a $3,000 repair bill. And guess what? That discount tech? Nowhere to be found. So the customer comes crawling back to a real professional expecting you to fix it fast, cheap, and quietly. You're left standing over a chemical crime scene trying to explain what went wrong, why it wasn't your fault, and still justifying your rate like you're the one ripping people off. That's how undercutting devalues the entire industry. Let's be clear, a low-priced tech without training or business compliance isn't just hurting themselves. They're dragging down the perceived value of every pool professional in the area. When homeowners start thinking pool service means $65 rates and 1-minute skims, it becomes harder for licensed professionals to charge a fair $150 to $200 a month, even when that includes water testing, insured service, logged reports, and long-term care. According to the National Swimming Pool Foundation and IPSA, so this is a little bit older data, National Swimming Pool Foundation obviously disappeared in 2018, but the average cost at that point in time of residential pool maintenance should range between $135 and $200 a month. That's back from 2018, depending on region, size, and complexity. That price doesn't just cover labor. It reflects fuel, licensing, water testing accuracy, chemical handling, protocols, transportation, liability, and, damn it, legal compliance. So when someone offers to do it for half of that, they're not being competitive. They're skipping the fundamentals of business math, and they're sending the wrong message that this work is low skill, plug and play, and anyone with a net and a dream can do it for beer money. That kind of perception hurts everyone. And let's not forget the risk involved. A tech with no insurance puts the homeowner at risk. Even if they get injured on site, the homeowner could be liable. If they dose acid or chlorine incorrectly, if someone gets hurt, there's no coverage. If they leave a suction hazard or overlook a broken drain cover, there's no recourse. But by the time anyone notices, the damage is already done, and legitimate companies don't just lose business, they lose reputation. Online reviews don't always distinguish between the guy who wrecked the pool and the pro who came in after to fix it. All the public sees is the pool tech messed it up, and that broad brush paints us all. Here's the bottom line. If you're a pool service professional who follows the rules, carries insurance, pursues continuing education, and charges fair rates, you're not just protecting your company, you're protecting the trade. That's why we have to speak up. We need to educate our customers not just on water balance, but on why who you hire matters. We need to stop apologizing for charging what the work is worth, and we need to start reminding people that cheap pool service often leads to expensive problems, because the race to the bottom doesn't have a winner. It just buries our industry in a reputation it didn't earn. This industry was built by people who don't give up easily. We power through heat waves. We fix impossible problems poolside. We handle everything from chemistry to customer complaints, usually before lunch. But right now, across the country, thousands of pool professionals are silently drowning. And the warning signs? They're everywhere. They're not jokes. They show up in late-night Reddit posts, in anonymous Facebook group rants, in the quiet disappearances from long-time routes, no explanation, no goodbye. They show up when the tech who used to answer every call suddenly stops replying. When the jokes about pool guy burnout stop being funny because they hit way too close to home. It's not just a buzzword, burnout. It's a clinically recognized condition defined by the World Health Organization as chronic workplace stress that hasn't been successfully managed, and it's running rampant in this industry. So why? Let's talk about the facts. According to Skimmer's 2025 State of the Pool Service report, more than 66% of pool companies report being understaffed. That number jumps to 82% for businesses with fewer than 5 employees. You know what that means? One person doing the work of 3. Solo operators pulling 60 to 70-hour weeks, often in brutal sun with zero time for rest or recovery. That's not exaggeration. It's field-reported reality. One Florida pool tech was recently in Pool Pro magazine for maintaining a 72-pool weekly route alone. And that's not the exception anymore. That's becoming the norm. Meanwhile, rising chemical costs, unstable supply chains, and ever-increasing customer expectations are tightening the noose. More time is spent managing shortages, handling complaints, and putting out fires, leaving less energy for actual pool care. Clients are more irritable. The margin for error? Gone. And here's the kicker. When you do everything right, nobody notices. But the second the pool's cloudy or the heater's delayed, you're the villain. That kind of invisible labor, it takes a toll. Emotionally, mentally, physically. We're seeing dehydration, exhaustion, chronic strain injuries. But the real threat, the mental toll. Because when your body's hurting, you ice it. When your mind is breaking, most techs just push harder until they can't. Industry forums like Trouble Free Pool, and even on Pool Nation, on their Instagram page, those have become quiet, safe havens for people finally ready to say it out loud. You see posts that say things like, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm failing at everything. I've thought about walking away. These aren't rookies. These are veterans, owners, mentors, and what they're describing is classic burnout. The pool industry has always glorified hustle culture. The grind, the badge of honor that says, I'll sleep in December. But at what cost? So let's say what needs to be said. Rest is not weakness. Delegation is not laziness. Saying no to a toxic client, that's not unprofessional. That's survival. And if you're building a business that doesn't let you take a vacation or even a day off, you're building a trap, not a career. We need to normalize mental health conversations in this trade. We need support networks, training on sustainable route building, more peer-to-peer accountability that doesn't just reward who works the most hours, but who's still standing next season, healthy and ready to go. Because loving the work isn't always enough, not when you're running on fumes. And if we want to keep the best people in this industry, we've got to start taking care of them. Not just their skills, but their sanity. You can't fix a pool on an empty tank. You can't lead a team if you're breaking down behind the wheel. It's time to take burnout seriously for yourself, for your crew, for this industry, because the hustle means nothing if it buries the people behind it. Water chemistry used to be predictable. There were ranges, charts, test kits, a general consensus across the industry on how to keep a pool clean, clear, and safe. But that sense of consistency, it's disappearing, and fast. Across the U.S., local and state health departments are overhauling public pool codes. The targets, cyanuric acid, total dissolved solids, free chlorine, disinfection control systems like ORP and UV. And these aren't minor tweaks. These are systematic changes that are being enforced mid-season with little warning and even less training. Let's start with cyanuric acid. For decades, most pool pros agreed anything under 100 parts per million was acceptable in a stabilized outdoor pool, but not anymore. The CDC's Model Aquatic Health Code, now adopted by at least 30 states, 15, that's 1.5 parts per million of CYA in commercial pools using ORP-controlled chlorine systems. Who's not using ORP? Some jurisdictions are now setting up hard upper limits at 60 parts per million or lower, even in standard stabilized pools. So what happens when your client's pool, which tested perfect last week at 80 parts per million, suddenly gets flagged? you got to drain it. You're going to have to dilute it and defend your decisions, all without warning. Let's talk about total dissolved solids. TDS used to be background noise, just a number, but now it's being pulled into the spotlight. Some state codes cap it at 1,500 parts per million above the source water. This doesn't just impact salinity, it impacts chlorine efficiency, scaling risk, and now compliance. If you're not tracking TDS closely, your water could fail inspection, even if it looks perfect. Free chlorine minimums are also shifting. You used to be able to have a 1 part per million in a public pool. Now some codes require at least a 2. You used to be able to go as high as 10 parts per million. Now some won't let you go more than 4. Even with heavy bather loads. And if your cyanuric acid is above 30, you know we need 7.5% of that. Okay, so this is never enforced in residential pools, but it's becoming standard in commercial settings. Now layer in the ORP, oxidation reduction potential. Doesn't just measure how much chlorine is in the water, it measures how effective the chlorine is at killing stuff. ORP is now being mandated in several states, and it's not optional. You need working sensors, auto-dosing systems, and live monitoring. The issue? ORP is impacted by pH, CYA, temperature, bather load, and even sunlight. Damn it. You know, if you have the setup that your ORP is always higher first thing in the morning until the sun pokes its head out for a second. The same pool could read 750 millivolts one day and 650 the next with no visible difference. Interpreting these numbers takes training that most techs haven't received, and the manuals, not much help. Worse, some inspectors now require both ORP and free chlorine minimums to be met at the same time. These numbers don't always agree, so you're left with explaining how a pool can be chemically fine by one metric and completely out of compliance by another. Then there's UV. Yeah, these are becoming mandatory in some areas, in high bather load environments, splash pads, indoor facilities, spas. You know what? And it's a great move for pathogen control, but it also means added costs, added maintenance, and new things that can break. And again, no one's training anyone. No one's giving you a transition window. You're just expected to know. This regulatory creep wouldn't be so disruptive if it came with communication, but changes are buried in internal memos, random website updates, or revealed during mid-season inspections. You're left scrambling, trying to update protocols, calm confused clients, and stay compliant on the fly. The emotional toll is real. You do everything right. You balance the water. You sanitize. You document. Then someone tells you your pool fails because the state quietly changed the acceptable range for a number your client has never even heard of. These changes aren't going away. The CDC's Model Aquatic Health Code updates annually. Local codes are evolving to reflect emerging pathogens, new chemical data, and climate-related water concerns. And as public health departments rebuild post-COVID, enforcement is only increasing. So what can you do? Stay informed. Join your local pool association. Subscribe to your health department's bulletins. Advocate for clearer communication and realistic enforcement timelines. And most importantly, educate your clients. Help them understand that compliance isn't just about keeping water blue. It's about navigating a constantly shifting maze of science, policy, and public safety expectations. Because in 2025, being a pool professional doesn't just mean managing water. It means managing moving goalposts. Your reputation used to be built by word of mouth. A neighbor recommended you. A friend passed your number along. Now, it can be destroyed by a bot. In 2025, review platforms like Google, Yelp, and Facebook are still some of the most powerful forces in how customers choose pool service. But they've also become some of the most dangerous, because today, anyone with a grudge, a fake profile, or a cheap AI tool can trash your business rating in a matter of hours. Let's talk numbers. According to Bright Local's 2024 Consumer Review Survey, 87% of people used Google reviews to evaluate local businesses, and 74% said they wouldn't even consider a business with less than 4 stars. That makes your digital reputation more valuable and more vulnerable than ever. And bad actors know it. There's a tactic called review bombing. It's the coordinated or automated posting of negative reviews. Most are fake. Some are AI generated, but all are designed to destroy trust. And it's not just happening to hotels or restaurants anymore. It's happening right here in pool service. Disgruntled ex-clients, jealous competitors, or just some troll who doesn't like your logo. Anyone can spam your business with one-star reviews that sound just real enough to pass the platform's filters. Some of these reviews are written by bots that use pool-specific language. They mention things like cloudy water, missed service calls, a tech who left a green pool for a week. None of it happened, but it sounds like it did. And here's the kicker. Most review platforms don't require proof that someone was even your customer. They don't verify names. They don't check invoices. And unless the review violates very specific terms, you're stuck with it. Now, in July 2024, the FTC did step in with new rules making it illegal to buy fake reviews or pay for negative ones targeting a competitor. That's good news, but enforcement still slow, and the tools these bad actors are using evolve faster than regulators can catch them. There are even black market apps now that generate dozens of fake reviews at once. They can mimic your customers, mention your team by name, even reference your real services. That's not all. Some scammers take it even further with reputation hijacking. That's when they create a fake listing using your company's name, your photos, even your real reviews, and then reroute your leads to someone else. This has already hit HVAC and plumbing industries hard, and it's creeping into pool service. So what can you do? Start with the basics. Claim and verify your business on every major review platform, Google, Yelp, Facebook, BBB, Angie, even local pool directories. Then monitor your listings regularly. Set alerts for new reviews, check for suspicious patterns, and screenshot everything. Next, build a cushion of real feedback. Encourage happy customers to leave genuine reviews. Ask them to be specific. Mention the type of service. Mention the tech's name, the result. These reviews carry more weight with both humans and algorithms. And let your clients know if they ever see a bad review about you, come to you directly. Ask. Transparency builds trust, and loyal customers will give you the benefit of the doubt. Last but not least, don't stoop to their level. Don't post fake reviews to boost yourself. Don't retaliate against competitors. The FTC is watching, and the fines are no joke. In a world where AI can fake just about anything, real relationships are your best defense. So protect your name. Watch your digital back. And remember, today, you're not just cleaning pools, you're defending your reputation from bots, bad actors, and algorithms that never sleep.
Big news from Jack's Magic Products, the trusted name in stain prevention and removal for over 30 years. As part of their national growth initiative, Jack's Magic has teamed up with two powerhouse rep groups, the Alpha Group out west and Stellar Sales Alliance in Florida and the Caribbean. The Alpha Group brings over 40 years of experience and will now represent Jack's Magic across California, Arizona, Nevada, and the surrounding western states. Meanwhile, Stellar Sales Alliance will lead efforts in Florida and Puerto Rico, offering innovative, hands-on support to help pool pros succeed. Jack's Magic chose these partners for their shared commitment to service, product knowledge, and results. It's all part of Jack's mission to better serve you, the pool professional. And hey, don't forget, Jack's Magic is also the proud sponsor of Talking Pools Podcast's Flock It Friday episodes, because whether it's in the field or on the airwaves, Jack's Magic is here to support the pros who keep pools perfect. Jack's Magic. Trusted solutions, real support. Learn more at jacksmagic.com.
That's all I have for you this week. I am Rudy Stankwitz. This is the Talking Pools podcast. I know that was a lot. I know this has been busted into 2 episodes, maybe not just for length, but because of just the amount of material we covered. I don't think I can do it in 1 episode and have it not overwhelming. So anyway, I'm Rudy Stankwitz. This is the Talking Pools podcast. Until next time, be good, be safe.